and future activists. Special thanks to John Hargrove for speaking this evening, and thanks to Gabriella Copperthwaite, Dr. Lori Marino, and Dave Duffus, and the rest of the people that made this incredible documentary so effective. The more people see Blackfish, the more the general public can realize the horrible and unnatural, lonely, and miserable lives these beings have, and that imprisoning them for our amusement is wrong. Blackfish has been instrumental in getting this message out across the world. As activists and caring people, we need to be as effective as we can be with getting this message across to as many people as possible if we really want to create change. This past Thanksgiving, I joined PETA and a small group of dedicated activists to protest SeaWorld's participation in the Macy's parade. My blood boiled when I saw the float depicting orcas in the wild, when I know SeaWorld enslaves them in their parks. So I climbed over the barricade with my sign in hand to be more visible to those on the float and the spectators. The whole incident took less than a minute, but thanks to photos and video by Miriam Chisholm, and PETA was able to get that story out to national media. In every story, Blackfish was promoted, as with the plight of Tilikum, exposing more people to the cruel reality of SeaWorld. When I heard about SeaWorld taking part in the Rose Parade, I jumped at the chance to join PETA to protest. This time, it was my mom that ran out with 16 other activists, and again, I was moved to take it to the next level. When you truly understand the magnitude of the wrongs that SeaWorld is doing, you really don't have a choice but to act. And the people along the parade route cheered and gave thumbs up and shouted, "SeaWorld sucks." One of the officers even shook my hand. The Pasadena police took a cue from SeaWorld and isolated me in a concrete cell separated from my mom. Throughout the day, I was concerned about my mom, knowing she would be worried about me. It was boring to be isolated with no mental stimulation. I, of course, saw the connection with Tilikum, though my situation was brief, and the SeaWorld orcas had not committed any crimes. Thanks again to PETA that did interviews after the demo and fielded requests to speak with me, I suppose because of my age. As was the case with the Macy's parade, media outlets played clips from Blackfish, op-eds were written opposed to keeping whales captive, and some went so far as to let people know they could see Blackfish on Netflix. Shortly after returning to New York, I heard SeaWorld was planning a 50th anniversary of torturing animals at Bagatelle. They had even planned to bring penguins to entertain the insensitive or ignorant attendees. After pressure from PETA and a planned protest, Bagatelle, to their credit, canceled the event, which again got the press talking about the plight of the captive beings and SeaWorld. CNN has repeatedly aired Blackfish, bringing themselves higher ratings, showing people the cruelty of captivity and giving SeaWorld a major, well-deserved PR headache. SeaWorld's own chairman dumped $1.3 million of stock because I think he sees the writing on the wall. Online petitions prompted several musicians to back out of scheduled performances at SeaWorld, causing some to even speak out against this SeaWorld slavery. California State Assemblyman Richard Bloom introduced a bill that would make it illegal to hold orcas in captivity. This is a huge step forward. New York State has a bill that would ban the possession and harboring of orcas. While New York doesn't have any in captivity, it sends the message loud and clear that captivity is not okay. Change is happening. While many activists complain it is not fast enough, and while I understand the frustration, look how far we've come. It will happen. Educate, stay positive, and use your strengths, whether you're an artist, a teacher, a lawyer, or just a kid. There is always something you can do. I'll leave you with a couple quotes from Cesar Chavez, whose birthday is just a few days away on March 31st. We need in a special way to work twice as hard to help people understand that the animals are fellow creatures and that we must protect them and love them as we love ourselves. And kindness and compassion towards all living things is a mark of civilized society. Conversely, cruelty, whether it is directed against human beings or against animals, is not the exclusive province of any one culture or community of people. Thank you.